So, I've been putting off making shit for a while. I haven't made anything in like a month. I feel like I'm going through one of those times where you gotta be like isolated. It's like nothing feels right now, but that's the type of shit that makes you grow. So I'm walking in my neighborhood. It's like 12 a.m. right now. It just feels like, for whatever reason, I can't seem to be like satisfied within myself, you know? No matter when I'm like the most disciplined or I'm just letting go and letting life fuck me, you know? I've always had like super high ambitions for myself. I feel like everyone that I've ever been around has had super high ambitions for themselves. But at some point, God just humbles you, you know? And maybe I've just come to the realization that I just have not been putting in work like that, you know? I just have too big of an ego. I just expect everything to get handed to me. When it comes to vices, for example, you know, I managed to cut out a lot of vices in my life. I was addicted to weed. I quit weed. I guess I just feel if I could control everything in my life, then things will turn out the way I want them to. I was just squeezing so hard on myself, and like, I'd stress out about things that I can't control too, you know? And I feel like that's where shit is like going bad for me, but I feel like I've been fucking grinding for so long, man. I've just been fucking grinding on everything. And I almost have nothing to show for it. It's like I keep looking at past versions of myself, and I'm like, yeah, I was onto some shit then. But what is like all these years even like what do I have to show for it? I've gotten like really into religion recently. You know, I talk to God every night. I try and better myself every night. Sometimes it feels like that's just like putting all this pressure on myself, you know? I look at other people around me, and I know I shouldn't compare myself, but I guess I just feel like, oh, if I could just be better than these people, I'll be successful by my own terms. But I feel like that's just not how it works. This path inside that you have to follow, this thing inside that everybody just has in their own way. So it's like, yeah, I could not beat my dick today, and that might mean something to me in my life, my path. It might mean like God will reward me for not beating my cock. But another guy can fucking crank his fucking meat. It doesn't affect his mental. So I guess what I'm trying to say is like, I want to look within. I'm done trying to create an identity that I feel like this is a successful man by society standards. I'm done fucking with that. And I'm gonna try and look within and be like, okay, these are my fucking standards of life. This is the behaviors that God instilled in me to make me feel good about myself. So I'm gonna follow that. For example, I'm not gonna beat my cock, and you know, that'll make me successful when other people, you know, they could beat their dick every day and not be successful, and still be successful. I could feel positive and negative shit before it happens. Like, I know some bad shit's gonna happen if I do some bad shit, and I just expect it to. And maybe it's the cause, like, maybe my thinking is the cause for the bad shit, but I just really feel like if I could just choose to do the good shit by my own standards, by my own terms, this is good for me. This is how I value myself. If I could just stick to that good shit, then good stuff will happen. And I can feel it inside, I can be okay with it. It's all like a discipline thing, but like, I'm not like trying to be disciplined by somebody else's terms. For example, right, I wrote on a sticky note that I wouldn't fucking beat my dick anymore, you know? Dude, I don't want to keep talking about beating my dick, but it's just like a one vice, you know, that I just feel like is so stupid. I'm not even like a chronic masturbator or anything. I wrote on the sticky note, I made a promise to God that I won't, you know, look at pornography or anything like that. You know, I didn't for a while, and then I did. And like, I would just trick my mind into being like, other people can do this and just feel good about themselves or feel okay about it. But it's like, no, you gotta look at what your own soul is doing, right? So I beat my dick, right? I felt so guilty. And it's not even like, I know some people will hear that and be like, bro, like, that's not a bad thing. Like, you're not a fucking, like, you're not a rapist if you do that or some shit. Like I was treating myself like I was a rapist, but internally I felt so bad about myself that I feel like I attracted bad shit to happen to me. Next day, I didn't want to get out of bed the next day. Like, I was just so fucking in my head about shit. Like, I waited till the last absolute second to leave for work. And, you know, usually I make breakfast, I'm in my routine. but like I felt like a fucking failure. And a big part of it is I'm in a very lonely environment right now too, right? Like it's just me. I don't interact with a lot of people. The things I tell myself really affect me, you know? I woke up feeling like shit. Like I felt like a failure. And it's because I made a promise to God. You know, I put so much. I basically said to my mind, if I fail at this, I am like betraying God. So I put like I put it all on the line, you know what I'm saying? And I failed. So maybe that's why I felt like shit. I felt bad about myself, and I expected bad things to come. I almost like made that deal with the universe. So I wake up, I feel shit. I drive to work. You know, I still feel like shit. I park my car, and you know, I work in the city, so I park my car in the spot, and I'm like, I just feel bad energy. Like I felt like something bad was gonna happen. I kept telling myself, you know, don't say that to yourself, because I'm a very big believer on like, you know, speaking things into existence. I said, don't say that to myself. But I knew something bad was going to happen, and I went to work. Work was okay, and then I come out and my shit was towed, right? My car was towed. I had to, you know, get on the train, go find where my fucking car was at. It was in the middle of downtown, like in the most complicated spot. I'm not from the city, you know, so I pulled out a GPS. You know, I couldn't find where the fuck it was. Turns out I was like underground, like lower Wacker, like a part under the city. And I'm walking, I can't fucking find it. It's sketchy as fuck. It takes me like an hour until I call up, you know, the towing truck company. It's been like an hour and a half. I'm looking for my car at this point. I get to the place, and the people are just rude as fuck to me. Like, just and you know, I could feel like that it was a reaction to my sins or like my bad shit that I've done. Like I knew this was like the consequence, and I don't believe that God punishes. I just knew this was a consequence for my like shortcomings. Like I just knew it. Maybe I created it myself. Maybe I needed to create it myself. I had to pay $175 to get my car out of the lot. When I got my car out of the lot, there was a ticket on my car for another like $150. It's like $325. That's a lot of fucking money to me. It takes me a couple days of work to get that. So these are my consequences, I feel like, for the actions that I took. But I came home with a fresher mind. You know, I went to the gym, and I just kind of agreed upon myself that if I continue to do things that make me feel bad about myself, and if I continue to do things that don't align with my values, bad shit will happen, and the universe will reflect that. And I don't know how, but that is true. I guess the purpose of this whole yap was to fucking solidify in my mind that the reason I do shit that makes me feel good about myself and aligns with my values, even though it might make me uncomfortable physically, is because the universe will reflect that.